Hey guys, Joseki bringing you another audio commentary. This audio is copyrighted 2007 WCReplays.com, so please do not go stealing it. Please get the replay loaded up at the 2-minute mark. Today we're going to be watching Todd versus Noah Shy on Secret Valley. It's a pretty intense game. There's a lot of cool stuff that Todd does, a lot of cool stuff that Shy does. I guess you could say it's cool. It's bears and dryads, whatever. And yeah, so it's Human vs. Night Elf. This is my personal hardest matchup. I basically always lose it. I guess that tells you how valid my advice is, but I guess I can analyze this replay from my perspective, and maybe you guys can get some sort of information from it. Basically, because my Human vs. Night Elf being as bad as it is, like, I don't know, when I play versus Night Elf, I always feel like I'm always losing. I'm always in like a submissive posture. I mean, unless I'm rifle pushing, but even then, if the rifle push fails, the game's over. So yeah, it's rough for me, but I'm going to do my best to analyze this for you guys. Before I get too much talking about Warcraft, I have a story to tell you guys. So, for the last 3 years of my life, I lived with my dad, who was like really conservative, and like, I don't know, I couldn't dress the way I wanted and like shit like that, you know. But now I live with my mom. I'm 18, so for the last 3 years I've been thinking about getting my nose pierced, nostril ring in my left ear. So, I went to do it. I went to this place called Steve's Tattoo in Madison. Steve's Tattoo and Piercing. I get there. It's pretty cool. There's this sweet lady, and she's like, fill out these forms. So I filled out some forms. I had my birth certificate with me. I fill this shit out, and then I sit on like this little bench to get my nostril pierced. And the lady's like, okay, I'm gonna put this on you. And she takes like these huge tongs, and she like sticks them on my nose. It feels like really itchy and scratchy and just not cool. It's like the worst thing. And apparently I didn't know this, but nose piercings make your eyes water like a motherfucker. I was like crying. I wasn't actually like crying like it hurts so I'm crying. It was just like my nose was being pierced and my body was just like tears, like savagely, and my eyes were just freaking out. So like the first thing she does, she gets all her shit out. She explains to me how to like clean it and whatever. Yeah, not that exciting. Takes the needle. It's like basically like a sewing needle. I don't know. It's like 16 gauge, if that means anything to anyone out there. Shoves it through my nose, and then just pulls it out through the front nostril. Puts the jewelry in there, locks it with like a special tool so it can't really come undone. And then, yeah, and that was it. it took like 45 seconds to get my nose pierced, and then I just got some like cleaning supplies for it. I got a bag of sea salt so I can soak it, and I got some of this antibacterial stuff to prevent it from getting infected and the like. So now I have this sweet ass silver nose ring. It looks awesome. I don't know. I'm pretty happy about it. And yeah, that's a story that happened to me on Monday. I want to say, Wednesday, so it was the 6th. So, on the 6th of August, I got my nose pierced. It was pretty rad. I don't know if any of you guys have piercings out there. I've gotten really mixed results on it. A lot of people, like, flipped shit. They're just like, nose piercing, rah, 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 teenage, rah, rah, youth, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, you know what I'm getting at. A lot of people, like, screamed emo at me. I don't know, whatever. I think it looks fucking sweet as hell. So, I got it. It's awesome. My girlfriend went with me, so I wasn't as scared. Yeah, you'd be scared too if you were gonna have a metal needle shoved through your nose. And yeah, I wasn't as scared, so it was pretty fun. That was a cool experience. I'm definitely gonna get another piercing. I just don't know what. I'm thinking an industrial, maybe a rook piercing, which is like they're just different ear piercings. I don't really think I want anything else on my face because I think it'll get too busy looking, so to speak. Yeah, that's some random piercing talk. Anyway, other than that, I've pretty much just been playing Warcraft. I decided to take like a week break from like dedicated solo, because usually I play like 15-20 solos a day, if at all possible. But for the last, I'd say, like 5 days, I haven't really played any solo at all, maybe a game here or there. I've mostly been playing free-for-all, 4v4 RT. Yeah, I go Orc in 4v4 RT and I just mass wyverns. It's really fun. True story. And an FFA, like, man, I fucking own an FFA. Damn. Humans so imba, you just go tanks. I love it. And it's pretty sweet, because, like, no one else has any micro, so you just bolt around their heroes for, like, all fucking day. I go MK first and Paladin second, and with Blood Mage third, and I just instant kill like intelligence heroes. It's so fun. And versus undead with like level 5 Pally, level 5 MK, you just rape their shit. It is the sweetest thing ever. If anyone's bored, just play FFA. It kills like 2 hours of your time if you play a full game. And just go human and mass towers. Make like 40 towers at each base. Make hella tanks. Once you cripple everyone's economy, just make hella griffins. It's the most fun you'll ever have. True story. But anyway, back to legit Warcraft. Back to something that takes more skill. We have Secret Valley, human versus night elf. I hope everyone's getting to the 2-minute mark. I'm almost there. And I guess one of the most important things versus night elf, which is this, is fast expansion. Fast expansion, how to counter a night elf expansion, and the basic counters to night elf armies are all in this game. So it's good, exciting stuff for those of you who are looking for more basics in human versus night elf. That was a really basic game. Really not too much happens. A lot of cool things to try, I guess, the human players. Anyway, human versus night elf in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, unpause. So here we are, Todd, creeping out his, I believe his orange camp. No, he's actually going to expand right at the start. I was thinking of another replay. He's going to expand right at the start, which is a very interesting choice. The reason he's doing this is most of the time the night elf player is going to assume you're going to be creeping out the null assassin camp. If that's the case, then they can finish creeping their null assassin, or not finish creeping it, but get really close to finishing it. And by the time the DH shows up, you'll be finishing your camp, and then he can just follow you around, so it'll be hard for you to expand. However, if you're doing what night elf, this human player is doing, Todd, and you're just going and expanding right away, essentially what you're doing is you're skipping that whole part where he could follow you around, and you're just creeping it out right away. However, it is a bit more difficult to creep this camp out as fast as Todd has done it, simply based on the fact that he's going to have low HP foots and just low HP units. You do get level 2 from this camp, however, so it's not totally a bad call, but you need to bring 5 or 6 peasants. I sometimes bring 6. So it's not, while it might not be, if you're not competent in creeping this camp, I wouldn't suggest it, but I do think it is a wise choice, as much in the same way as Lost Temple, it does give you your level 2 relatively easily. Todd tried to go for a surround here, but sadly missed it. A lot of the time, early surrounds are really, really beneficial. You should always try and go for them, especially versus undead. Versus night elf, it's a little harder just because the DH just sort of mana burns you and then runs away. But a lot of the time, the DK gets a bit ballsy, gets skeletons up in the mix, and just sort of gets up in your face. And a lot of the time, you can just ninja those surrounds. If anybody doesn't know how to surround, this might sound retarded, but the Q key is the move key, and it moves your units to a certain place. And if you move your units past, like slightly past a unit, and then you mass click Q on it, all the units will bunch in and surround around it. Yeah, it's pretty basic stuff. I'm sure most of my listeners already know it.